Welcome to class, everybody. Today we're going to be doing some science, and we're going to be upgrading the front brakes on the E46 to test how much better the EBC yellow stuff pads and slotted rotors are than the stock brakes. First things first, in our experiment, we have a picture of the E46 and its brakes stop your car, and we want to upgrade them because we're going to be adding a turbo to the car, so with a little bit more power, we want more of a stopping power. So I got online and I did an insane amount of research to try to see what brakes would be best for the E46, and it seemed like a lot of the upgrades that I was seeing were either 330i brakes for an E46, or they would take the 135i brakes from, I don't think it's an F30, but the F30 series Brembo 135i brakes, which are 340 millimeter compared to the 330 brakes that are 325 millimeter, so it's not a crazy difference. At first, I wanted the Brembos because they're cooler, they're bigger, and all that. So I go onto eBay and I found that they're $1,000 for just the calipers. That's before you get pads and rotors. So I went back to the 330 brakes and I found this company called EBC. I figured I would give them a try because I found a kit of rotors and pads for $400, and then I guess the only thing you need to upgrade from your 328 or 325 pads to 330 is the calipers and carriers, and I got those from the junkyard. So I'm in this kit just around $400, and I've seen a ton of good reviews about these yellow stuff pads. They're supposed to be a good mix between street and track, but I wanted to actually test that. So that's what we're going to be doing today, and in our science experiment, we have our hypothesis, which is the brakes are bad. And then we need a control. I forgot what that means because I haven't done one of these in a long time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go out and we're gonna do 3 stops from 60 to 0 and measure how far it takes the car to stop. And then we're gonna swap the pads, make sure to do the break-in period and all that, and then we'll go back and do the same test. So we're gonna be at this spot. I'm gonna be going from back there, and I wanna get going exactly 60 miles an hour, and then right as I hit this sign, I want a full brake stop, and then I'm gonna measure how long it takes the car to stop. So real quick, before we get into the results of the first test, I'm editing this right now, and I just wanted to clear up a couple things. The first thing is that the stopping distances in this seem extremely low, because a regular stopping distance from 60 is like 100 feet is really good. These are a lot lower than that, and part of it is because I was going more like 50 miles an hour every time because the E46 is slow and I was trying not to speed on this road. And second, the way that I measured everything was a little bit different, but the important thing is that I measured it the same way and I went the same speed on both tests. So here we go. So I don't know why that last one did not want to brake. There's 1, 2, and 3. All pretty close together, but I would assume after only doing it 3 times, it wouldn't be getting that much fade in it. But either way, so I was gonna make this an extreme tutorial to show you guys exactly how to do the ball bearings and the brakes and everything, but there's a lot of videos already like that. And to be honest, I don't know how much of a help I would have been because this is how the first 2 bolts turned out on mine. So we're 2 bolts in. One of them is stuck on the socket, and the other one, oh, there you go. The other one is a simple 16 millimeter brake caliper holder. The bottom one came off, but I swear this top one had to be hand tightened by God. I'm sure a lot of you are probably better mechanics than me, so if there's an easier way to get something like this off, please let me know in the comments. But another easy way we could do this is no way. Thank God. If you guys really want me to go through and show you, I know how to do it now, so I can go through and show you guys exactly how I did it and what it took. But either way, I'm back out at a new spot this time because the last spot had a ton of people around. This one, at least, there's nobody around, so it's not gonna be so hard for me to film it. And before anybody complains that it's not super scientific now, this is in the same area, so it's the same types of road. So here's the brakes. They're still looking a lot better than stock. I was able to do a couple hard stops and they were feeling really good, so I have a lot of hopes that they'll do better. So I guess there's nothing else to do but set up and test them. Okay, this is the third take. The first one I couldn't see the line. The second one, my phone just called 911 because it said I braked too hard, so I thought I was in an accident. So we'll see if the cops show up out here. But I've got a rock now as the point to stop, so let's try this again. Brake so hard, these things came off. Which honestly, I hate those things. If anyone has a better way to make those stick in, they stuck in fine, but it's ever since I added the over fenders, it doesn't want to clip into there. But anyways, these ones were all three grouped way closer together. So there's 1, 2, and 3. Compared to our thing, let me measure it out really quick and we'll talk about it. So to conclude this science experiment, our first test showed that we got 29 feet, 27 and 40 feet of stopping distance with the stock brakes. The upgraded front brakes showed a stopping distance of 26, 21, and 23 feet, which in my opinion is less than the other three. And if we make an average out of it, we got an average of 32 feet on the first test and 23 feet on the second. So we gained about 10 feet of stopping distance, which is kind of crazy to me for just doing the front brakes. I'd really like to test this again when I swap the rear brakes, but I had to wait for those because I'm putting in an M3 rear end on the car, and that'll probably be the next project, honestly. So if you like the video, please like it, comment if there's any videos or anything you want to see me do on the E46, because I'll probably do all of them. Also, subscribe if you haven't. Thanks, bye.